So offshore platform, not onshore, offshore, far away. But there are many different types. Some of them are floating, and some of them are footing on the ground. So it's a bit similar to land-based one. Right? Land-based one. Tower. But as water depth is deeper and deeper and deeper, there is a limitation. In terms of economy, you need to have a, say, if the water depth is 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters of depth, you can still make a tower, right? Oh, but it's not economic. You need to have a big and strong members. So the cost is very high. So after that, it's better to have a floating tower. That's why, because the land-based oil reservoir is empty now, empty. Gulf of Mexico, they started from land-based in what's the state name of near Gulf of Mexico is no United States. Florida. Gulf of Mexico is Texas. Texas state. Right. Texas is a nearby state of the United States. Gulf of Mexico. Also, Mexico is nearby. Right? His name is Gulf of Mexico. South part of Gulf of Mexico is a Mexico, but above them is a Texas. And Texas. There was a long old movie named Giant. Have you heard about film? 70 years ago, film Giant. Let me show you the film name. Right. Can you remember who his name? This one? Too young to know about him. I want to show you the oil reservoirs of this. Picture. I cannot remember his name. He is very famous actor. Elizabeth Taylor, Rock Hudson, and James Dean. James Dean is his name. The third one. This one, James Dean, Elizabeth Taylor, Rock Hudson. You do not know about this actress? You're too young to know about this thing. Anyway, the story of this film is 3-person love story, right? 2 men and 1 lady. And this men are brother. And this one is younger. He's handsome, right? So anyway, he became a very rich man in the film because of he found oil reservoir in Texas area. That's why he became a very rich man. That is the story. And then that I'm saying because time, the Gulf of Mexico, Texas was the area of oil reservoirs in 70 years ago, 100 years ago. Nowadays, oil reservoir is empty, so that they starting to dig into the water area, ocean nearby Gulf of Mexico, and then going down, and deeper and deeper. That's why we have developing this kind of floating type of offshore platform. And also, you need to see that there is a pipeline because oil is coming from the deep water. You need to carry this oil from ocean to the land side by using pipe. But also, if the site is far away from the land, say 100 kilometers, then it's better to move the oil not using pipeline, and using a ship or tanker rather than pipeline. It is things of economy rather than. So there is coming with the ocean engineering, and then shipbuilding is coming to this area. So one of the famous type of offshore or ocean land is floating FPSO, short name FPSO. It's a short name of floating production, storage, and offloading. How do you start to find out oil reservoir or gas reservoir at the beginning? You need to drilling there, right? Exploration and drilling. Exploration sometimes use satellite images, and sounding, returning back the sound. Then you can imagine the map inside and find out the reservoir there. But there is a possibility, so that you need to have a drilling there. First time at the beginning, you need to have a drilling. After you find the big reservoir there, then you need to start the production. So oil reservoir exploration is divided into two parts. One is exploration, drilling period, many drilling there. And once you find this is good enough, big enough oil reservoir there, or gas reservoir there, then you need to another device to produce. This one is for producing FPSOs. So it's saying floating, this is floating, not fixed ground, and production, not drilling, not exploration. It's a production for money. And storage, because this is far away, deep water, they need to collect oil and gas inside the ship. Here, inside the ship. Storage. And offloading is a ship is coming, the oil tanker or gas tanker is coming, and then collect the oil delivered to the tanker. We call this is offload. So combined function of floating, production, storage, and offloading. We call this FPSO. So they are saying processing and storage. I guess everybody know about oil refinery. Oil refinery. Each nation has their oil refinery. So crude oil is oil coming from the land or reservoir. Crude oil is dark and thick, right? And crude oil is coming into the refinery, and they produce gasoline, naphtha, other things. Right? We call this is processing. And then storage of oil and gas, deep water. And then the field is empty. Then the FPSO, the facility can be moved to another location. That is like one more slide, and then we can finish. Oh, this is an idea sketch of computer graphics of MIT, coming from United States MIT. they are proposing a floating nuclear power. Because how many of your countries are nuclear power plant? From France. France. Oh, France. Many. Number one, nuclear power plant. Usually, nuclear power plant need located near ocean, or at least lake or river, right? Because they need a lot of water, water for cooling. That's why they started the idea of this. Also, they are saying it is more safe. Earthquake, right? Earthquake is safer than earthquake case. Sometimes people are against this idea that storm is coming, what can be happening. Still, there is an idea stage, but we know that Russia and China has their floating type of nuclear power plant already operation. Maybe Korea produce one, or North Korea. They bring the coastal area of North Korea to deliver only electricity. Because North Korea wants to have a power plant. So there was a long history of, sometimes it started the construction of there, that we stopped, and now it is this complex history there. So my idea is better to have a floating type of nuclear power plant near the sea of the North Korea in the future. Question?
How the electricity comes from the nuclear power plant to your district house?
Oh,
The cables,
cable
like under the sea.
under the sea. So it should be near the land side, not far away. Maybe less than 100 kilometers. Because we already have a long cable to the island of your country. Right? Your country, there are, in Korea also, there are small island, big island, right? They need electricity. Many of them are coming from the mainland. There are small power plant in the island, but it's not economical. So government is balancing that cable is better than constructing a power plant, small power plant. All right. See you on Thursday. Right?